Greetings traders, it's Monday, July 23rd, 2018. I've just taken a short position off of the main code 2. It's looking pretty good here. Yeah. Okay, so let's go ahead and go for 100 ticks, adjusting the exit to 6802. $68.02 on the exit. Alright, going for 100 ticks here. So far it is looking good. This is the main code 2. Let's take a look at the daily. Oh yeah, it looks like it's just going to roll back over, actually go red, or at least come all the way down. Let's go see what's the bottom of it. The bottom is sitting at 67.96. My exit is at 68.02. So I am 6 ticks above the bottom here. So if it makes it down to the bottom, it's going to hit my exit for 100 ticks. If it gets down there relatively quickly, I would imagine that it is going to actually go red for the day. It should come down a bit, probably down to around 67.60 or so. So I could get an extra 20, 30 ticks out of it, perhaps. So, but in order for it to do that though, it will need to completely roll over and come down. If that's going to happen, then it's going to get down to the bottom there relatively quickly, like within an hour or so, something like that. So if it does that, then I'm going to go for more ticks and go for a red bar here. If not, then I'm going to keep the 100 ticks out there, and I'm going to use the code 2 special, the first one, to assess whether or not it's going to continue to go down or whether it will go up. So wherever that point was, say it gave a long signal, I'd go ahead and get out, and I'd probably go ahead and take it long. Just depends. I'd like to see it come down quite a bit first and hit a pretty big trade first. Then I'd be willing to go long with it. Anyway, I will come back and update you in a little while here. By the way, this trade that I'm taking today, I did call out in advance within my charting, and I said I was going to take the trade. And let's go take a look at CNBC now, and just to verify the price of oil is the same as what you're seeing. Okay, type in CNBC. Alright. Brings up oil, saying oil is 69.19 right now. Okay, it was just 69.19. See right there, 69.20? But this is a 10-minute bar, right? Oh, no, this is a daily bar. Sorry. Okay. 69.19 was right over here. So on the previous 10-minute bar, it was right up here, and then it moved down, and it's come down even further, and they haven't updated it quite yet on CNBC. But you can see it's the same basic relative price. Of course, the whole day has been the same basic relative price. It hasn't really moved much yet, at least not in the recent time. If you look back earlier in the day, so here's July 23rd right here. See, it started off moving pretty good. Now it's just going up and down in this choppy motion up here. Starting to move down now. See, now I got the short entry at the code 2, right? And after it moves all the way down here and goes below where it went below here, then I'm going to look like a genius for getting in right there, right? Only then will you see it. But it's called the code 2. This is the value of knowing the code 2, because then you can take these huge trades and hit these huge trades. Nobody else knows which direction it's going to go. This thing's going up and then down and up and then down. Everybody's wondering, which direction does this thing want to go? They don't know. Not unless they know the code 2 and are tracking it like I'm doing. Then they know. Then they know to go short, and they know to hang on to it for a nice, good-sized trade. 60 ticks, 80 ticks, 100 ticks, 120 ticks for a good-sized trade. I'm going for 100. But anyway, you'll see after it gets way down here that I look like a genius for getting in way up here, right? And even knowing that it would go down there before it even did it. That's why some people say, oh, he's using a replay, because nobody could know that. No, I'm not using a replay. And there is no way, to my knowledge, to use a replay like this and trade on it. To my knowledge. There's no such a thing, to my knowledge. I have never seen one, but then again, to be honest with you, I've actually never seen a replay before. I don't, as a trader, I don't understand what would be the reason of doing a replay. Why don't you just watch the trading? So I've actually never seen a replay before in my life. But I am pretty sure you cannot trade on a replay, Anyway, but you could see why people would think that, because, it's basically impossible to say you get in right here and now it's going to go way down here below the low. That's almost impossible to say something like that. Who would think it? But if what I'm saying is true, and all of this is controlled by a computer, then you can understand and begin to appreciate and begin to realize that if it's all pre-programmed, and not the program, but its faults, its errors, its programming flaws that the programmers programmed into it. And they programmed programming flaws into it that give away the program and give away which direction the program's going to take it. That's the code. So that is what allows somebody to be able to take a trade and be able to hit 100 ticks. And not hit 100 ticks like by accident, like, oh, well, maybe we'll get in, we'll see what it's worth, No, you know right from the beginning that, that you can, good chance that you can get 100 ticks. Now, it used to be where you can get 100 ticks every time. Every time. No problem. That's why I put it at 100. A lot of times you get 120, 130, 140. But just to keep it, that you have a buffer there, I put it at 100. Because you can get that basically every time. You can't do that now. There are some days where it doesn't go very far. It only goes 50 ticks, not 100. But there are other days where it goes 150, 200, 300 ticks. And you don't know which day is going to be which. But there are certain things that you can use to your advantage to tell you whether or not it's going to be a big day or not. And I teach all about that, of course. I use all of those advantages. But the code 2 itself is the main advantage. And I'm getting closer, but I'm still not halfway, you can see. But I'm getting there. And still got quite a ways to go, though, to make it down to 68.02. Anyway, I will come back. It's moving down pretty good here. There's a good chance it's going to make a capitulation type move. So I'll go ahead and let you see it. If it starts going back up, then it's going to take too long. I'll pause the video again. But if it continues to head down, I'll let you see it, because it might make a capitulation move here. Probably not, though. I mean, it might just move down a bit more and then play around for a bit, maybe come up for a bit, and then go back down later and go and break this low. I mean, it doesn't usually give you 100 ticks right away. You have to be patient and wait. But usually you can get it in about an hour, maybe 2 hours. Usually it doesn't take any longer than that. Sometimes it just takes 5 minutes. Sometimes it takes 10, 15 minutes. I'd say on average it takes about an hour, hour and a half maybe, something like that. The good ones, though, don't take very long. They're really easy. You just get in, they go in the right direction the whole time. Doesn't take very long, boom, you're out for 100 ticks. Those are usually ones, though, you want to go for more on. Ones you want to go for 150, 200 ticks. So, but, not every day is this easy, but this isn't too hard, is it? It's not too hard. But you know what people have problems with? As soon as it starts going back up like that, they get scared. They look at this, the money, instead of looking at the trade and the mathematics of the trade. Pay no attention to that. If you could cover that up, you cover that up. All that matters is how many ticks are you making? How many ticks are you up? How many ticks are you down? Not money. Forget about the money part. It's going to mess up you emotionally. Oh, the money. You know, you see, I just had 3,000 now, I got 2,500. No, I'm going to get out. I got to lock it in. Now, if you do that, you're not going to, you may think you're doing good, but you're not, because you could do so much better simply by hitting some big trades. And 100 ticks, 80 ticks is well within the mathematics. If you start going higher than that, then you'd be outside the mathematics. If you start going too low, and you're still going for 40 ticks or something, then you are outside the mathematics, too low. You need to come somewhere within where the math is at, the majority of the time. Yeah, you can hit 200 ticks sometimes, but would you want to go for 200 ticks every time? No, because most of the time you're not going to hit it. So you hit it for the math that you would hit most of the time. And right now, this trade is, it's got 100 ticks written all over it right now. Possibly more. Because let's go take a look at the daily now. Now the daily doesn't look so bad anymore. It looked like, how could it go all the way down? It doesn't look so bad anymore. Now you could actually see where it could come all the way down and go red. Actually go below what it's already gone. Well, it'll go red right there. As soon as it uses up that green, it'll start going red. So if it hits down to 68, it's already red on the daily. On the daily. So if it does go red on the daily and goes and breaks below this low here, it's likely to go a bit lower, like even down to 67.60, which would give us a nice extra ticks here. So we're looking like it's, let's go take a look at the 1 minute so we can zoom in a little bit. Just take a look at the 1 minute. It's all down on the 1 minute. All the bars just keep going lower, making lower lows each bar. I mean, this doesn't get any easier than this. It doesn't get any better than this, ever. Whenever you see something like this, you need to stay in the trade for as long as you can. Now, don't let it go all the way back against you. You need to get out if it starts going back up. But don't get out. Don't get afraid when this thing is doing nothing but going down. And you notice, look where I got in. Right at the code. And it's making the big move. But it's not making a big fast move. It's just making a slow minute by minute move down. It's not done. It's going to continue to go. These are your really, really, really good trades right here. You need to recognize them when they come. This is such a trade right now. Now, it might change. It's a possibility, of course, but it's not likely to. It's likely to just keep on going. Now, we might get a little bounce in here somewhere. Might come back up a bit, but it'll continue down at a later point. Or it's just going to continue to do its minute by minute drop until a certain point where it will capitulate and come down fast. But it may not do that for quite some time. This, like I said, this thing may come all the way down to 67.60. That means it just needs to keep on coming. Might bounce a little bit here and there, but it's going to keep on coming. Now, let's go take a look at the 10 minute again. Take a look at it's bouncing right there. Okay. Well, us code traders, those who know the codes, know not to get out right now because it is not bouncing at the code. Therefore, it's not going to continue to go back up. The only way is if it were to bounce like that and then give a continuation code 2, and then go up. That is a possibility mathematically. It doesn't happen too often though, so you can pretty much ignore them most of the time, especially in a situation like this. So we know not to get out. We know it's just going to continue to go down and go and break this low right here. Otherwise, if it were bouncing at the code, at a code 2, then we would want to get out. Now, we do have a code 1 long entry. at the bottom here. It's a code 1 long entry. But it's code 2 overrides code 1. And we have a main code 2 to go short. So therefore, the proper thing to do is to ignore the code 1 and continue with the code 2. Hold it. If it was going to go up though, what it would do is it would give a code 2 long entry, which it has not done. Therefore, we do not get out. We let it bounce back up, it'll come back down. If you want to get good at trading and you want to get good at using the codes, you better learn that, what I just said. And you better be patient in the trade. Don't get out, because it's, even if it came all the way back up here, it wouldn't matter. It's going to continue to go down. Now you need to know how to use the codes right in order to judge that, alright? If you don't, then only until you learn how to use the codes right will you be able to know that. But for those who are good code trader readers, you know not to get out right here. It's going to continue to go down. Anyway, I will come back and update you on this trade. All of you charting subscribers should all be in this trade right now. This is the main code 2. I called this trade out in advance before it would ever even happen. The code, this was actually fairly easy, but it was offset. However you played it though, you should have be in a very nice winning trade right now. Whether you played the breakout or whether you played however you played it. Actually, wait a second. No, actually the breakout's not so good, is it? But you would be in a winning trade from the breakout right now, but not so good because the range was really big. But if you played the mini breakout, you would have did really well. If you'd have played the code 1, you would have did well. Yeah, it's good. You know, you got to get good at these entries, and it's not too hard to learn to do, but it does take some practice, of course, like anything. And but even if you are using the breakout, let me see, what is the range? The range is the range is huge. The range is huge. That's a 71 tick range. Wow. You know what that means? That means it's gonna go down a lot. Yeah. It's going to go down a lot. Yeah, we need to go for more than 100 ticks here. Let's go take a look at the daily again. Yeah, it's going to, here's what's most likely going to do. It's most likely going to go down, break below this low. It's then going to be a red bar at that point, or even before that point, and it's going to go down somewhere to around 67.60, maybe 67.80, maybe even lower. But somewhere around there it'll be good for, I think. So that would be our target down there. I could go for an extra 20 ticks and take it down from 02 to 82 for an extra 20 ticks. Could even go 30 ticks down to 72. Be pushing it right down there, down to the limit, but we could go for it. Anyway, I will come back. Okay, we have another code 2 short entry. So we are good to go here. This is the rollover code, code 2 special. It's given a short entry. That means it's going to go down. And it should be able to go down and hit my exit with no problem. That should be pretty much a given right there, that my exit's going to get hit. The question is now is that should I go for more than just 100 ticks? Currently my exit is sitting down at let's see here. So what am I at? 6802? Yeah, I'm at 6802. So that's, yeah, sitting down right there. Hang on a second. Sorry, I'm looking at the wrong. Okay, right there at the very bottom, 6802. It's got to come down to that very bottom. Yeah. See, the likelihood is it's gave a short entry right there at the code 2 special. That means, yeah, it's going to go below this 68. I could just still keep it out there to keep the math very high, but I'm pretty sure I need to go for some more ticks here. But here's what I want to do. I want to see how long it takes to get down there. It's currently 8:03 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I want to see how long it takes to get down there. If it gets down there within like 30 minutes or within 60 minutes even, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to go for more ticks. I'll be back. Now you remember I said earlier that here there's no code 2 to give it a bounce with. So we don't get out right there, nor do we take it long. Of course, there's no code. In order for it to go up from that position, it would need to do so using a code 2. And it didn't. Therefore, we knew that it was going to come back down and come and break that low and go lower, which it hasn't done yet, but it will shortly. And or eventually, I should say. It's going to do it. And the question now is how much lower will it go? And but anyway, I'm getting close to my 100 tick exit. I am still considering going for 120 ticks, but in order for me to do that, I want to see it get down really close to my exit pretty quickly. Anyway, I will come back. Well, it's starting to move down here. Maybe I'll see if it makes a dive here. Okay, my exit's at 02, keeping that in mind. Still got a ways to go. It's down here on the chart, 02. Anyway, I will come back. Okay, I'm going to place a stop at 68.64. Let's bring the stop down. Okay, be right back. Okay, placing the stop at 68.64. Okay, where's it at now? Okay, it's at 42 right now. Okay, let me re-verify that. Yes, that's correct. 68.64. Okay, this is using the last code 2 special stop. I'm using the code 2 special stop on this one. So therefore, if it does come back up on me, I'm going to lock in what? 64 up to 02. So 38 ticks. Lock in 38 ticks on this trade. Really don't want it to come back up, but there is a mathematical possibility that it will. I mean, there's always a mathematical possibility. What I mean, though, is according to the code, it is possible. If the code 2 special is offset, it's going to go up here. If it's offset. And if it is offset, and it's going to go up, then it's going to go up and hit the code 2 stop. So technically, at that point, I want to be out. And I could take another entry again using the last code 2. So, but most likely it's just going to continue to go down here. Anyway, I will come back. The chart is setting up here to give me another code 2 entry. This one, or direction I should say, this one is going to be the last code 2 of the day. There won't be any more, so it's going to be the last one. And this one is going to give me a direction. It's going to tell me whether or not it's going to continue to go down or whether it's going to reverse and go back up again. As soon as it tells me, I will come back and let you know. If it's going to be a long entry, I am going to reverse the position and go long. If it's going to be a short entry, obviously I'm just going to hold it short and hold it for my 100 ticks. And I'm just going to go for the 100 ticks today. It's because it isn't really moving that great today, right now, and it's not really giving me a signal to really go for anything more than 100 ticks. So I'm just going to keep it right now, but I don't have a preference on which way it goes. If the code says go long, I am going to reverse the position and go long. I will come back. My stop is still in place right there. That is a code 2 stop. So that's going to lock in, I think it's 38 ticks. It's going to lock in. And if it gets hit. So anyway, I'll come back. Okay, stop has been hit, and I am going to take another entry. I'll be back. This will be the last code 2 of the day here. Okay, I've taken a long position here. Stop's going to be pretty tight. Let's take a look at it. 68.58 on the stop. 68.58 on the stop. Re-verifying the stop here. Yes, 68.58 on the stop. If that stop were to get hit, I would go short. I was expecting it to go down. It gave me a long entry. I was like, not too thrilled about going long, but yeah. If the code is offset, it'll come down, hit the stop, and I'll go short at that point. Luckily, it's a nice tight stop, so won't lose a lot on this one. Anyway, on this particular trade, I'm just gonna go for 60 ticks on this one. Let's see, where's my exit at? Exit is set up to 69.25. $69.25 puts me right back up at the top. Okay, that's good. 60 ticks right up there, back up to the top of the chart of the 10 minute. I'm just going to go for the 60 ticks. Anyway, I will come back. Again, if the stop gets hit, I'm going to take an automatic short position. It simply means that the code was offset. It's been offset all day. So anyway, I'll come back. Okay, it's moving up here. And my exit is set to 69.25. Back up to the top of the chart. And this one should be good. Should be a piece of cake trade. Anyway, I will come back. As you can see, though, trading oil using the codes offers a tremendous opportunity for making money. It really does. It's a very unique opportunity using the codes. It's not just trading like most people think of as trading, where you use some indicators or something like that. It's not like that. That would be more like much more difficult to try and make money that way. Whereas with the codes, you can make really good money. You just have to be practice the codes and be good at them. Just like anything else, you got to get good at something to excel at it. Okay, the stop got hit, and I've got a short position here. I'm going to reset the stop. Stop is going to be set to 68.85. 68.85 on the stop. And exit. Just take a look at the daily. Oops. Take a look at the daily. And my 50. Okay, I'm gonna back this off to 40 ticks. Let's take it up 20. It's currently at 96. Take it up to 16. Back it off 20 ticks, which puts me at 40 tick exit. Down to 16 from 56 is 40 ticks. Just gonna go for 40 ticks on this one because it's really tight and choppy today. Don't like it. But it should drop down here and come down to the exit. This is the last code 2 of the day, and it's going to make a move here and should come down to the exit for 40 ticks. You should be able to get this, but it's really tight and choppy, as you can see right in here. It's just been terrible. Anyway, this is the last code too, so this one's it. I'll be back. It's almost down to the exit here. Just made it down to 23 was the low. 16 I get out right there for 40 ticks. I could go for more. Kind of pushing it today though. I don't really know. It's the last code, and usually the last code is not good for that many ticks. It's usually only good for about 40 to 60 ticks. Actually last week it was good for 70 and 80 ticks. So it's possible it could be good for that much again this week. I'm going for 40. I'm not sure how good my entry is. Let me take a look. My entry's not that bad, but it could definitely be better. Yeah, I'm about 10 ticks off on the entry. I'm just going to go for this 40 right here. Should make it no problem. High mathematics, and I'm going to call it a day. I am getting tired. It's 11:07 where I am, 11:07 p.m. It's 1 hour to midnight here, so I'm getting a bit tired. I'd rather just take the trade and go. Anyway, as all of you can see, there's nothing like using the codes in your trading. It got a bit tricky in here, but when you have the codes to use, you just have so many opportunities to make money. Even if you go down a bit and lose some money, you can still come way back and come out positive, Anyway, almost there to the exit. Should make it no problem. Okay, so I'm out for the 40 tick trade. I'm done for the day. I will do the charting for all of you charting subscribers. We'll go over it, and but it's going to be exactly what I said. It's the same code. Same code again. So, and I believe we'll be able to mathematically figure that out as well to confirm that. So it's going to actually be a very easy week, and you guys gotta love these codes. They're really super good. Anyway, I'm gonna get going. Hope all of you traders are doing great, especially of course you code traders, and especially of course you charting subscribers. Wasn't very hard today. Not too hard at all. You just hit these trades. Anyway, I'm gonna get going, everyone. Happy trading out there. I will see you tomorrow.